since July 2010 and is more impressed by its members every week. During the day, Alicia listens carefully, thinks big, and helps where she can. In addition to the manual objectives, Alicia's personal objectives are to speak confidently, maintain eye contact, and make a difference. Please welcome Alicia Risk, Decisions, Alicia Risk.
How many of you guys know that there is an election in San Francisco next Tuesday? How many of you care? For those of you who don't, maybe because you're not San Francisco voters, let me give you a couple reasons you should. The San Francisco 49ers, San Francisco Bay, San Francisco International Airport, all of those things are substantially under the control of San Francisco city government. So San Francisco voters have a lot of decisions to make coming up, and I'm here tonight to help you make just one of those. Your decision for mayor of San Francisco. And I, as many of you know, am supporting David Chiu for mayor. David Chiu has a great resume, let's start there, to become mayor. He has 3 degrees from Harvard, an undergrad degree in government, a master's in public policy, and a law degree. He has served as a public servant, as a public prosecutor. He's been a civil rights attorney. He ran a successful technology business here in San Francisco, founded it, and it was later sold to a much larger company. And right now he is the president of the Board of Supervisors. He was elected president of the board in his very first term in office by a very divided Board of Supervisors. And they elected David to that position because he's a consensus builder. They knew that he could work to bring people together and get things done. But I'm not voting for David for his resume, and I'm not going to tell you more about it. You can read about it on his website, or you can read the recommendation of the San Francisco Chronicle. They chose to endorse David as the only candidate for mayor that they're endorsing out of 16 candidates, even though there's ranked choice voting, and I think that's substantial. And if you read that article, you'll see it's a great third-party explanation of why he's really the right choice for San Francisco. And I have that here for you if you would like to take that home for your reading pleasure later. I'm voting for David for a different reason. I was thinking about why I am politically involved. I didn't come from a particularly political family. We definitely got together around election time and looked over the voter guide, and even before we could vote, talked through the issues and thought about them, and then sent our parents off to vote. It's a fun little family activity. But our parents never pushed us one way or another in terms of political beliefs or viewpoints. What they did do was teach us to listen and to learn, to seek out information about the issues we cared about, and to think about all of those ideas, and to have an opinion, and to do something if we felt so moved. So I've always felt empowered, and I've always felt that you're empowered to create the change that you want to make. After I graduated from college, I joined this small nonprofit whose mission was to empower people in the political process. And that's where I met David Chiu. He was, at that time, founding this technology company in San Francisco called Grassroots.com, whose mission was to enable people to get together and create change, whether it was fixing potholes or changing the Constitution. And so I joined that company. And there I saw that vision realized. The idea was to create tools that allow people to learn about things and listen to each other and come together around issues that they cared about and try and change things. And it was a great place to be. Eventually, I got promoted and promoted and promoted until I was reporting directly to David. And that's where I learned firsthand what kind of a leader he is. He was the visionary who started the organization, and then I got to witness firsthand how he did things. And I noticed that he always listened. He listened to the employees, to the customers, to the partners, to the shareholders. And he always sought out all of the right data and all of the best data and really worked it to come to the right conclusions. And then he made the tough decisions. He knew that being a leader wasn't about being popular. It was about knowing where you wanted the company to go, communicating those goals and getting buy-in for all the people in your company, and then making the decisions that will get you there. And sometimes those were tough, as you can imagine in those bust years in technology around here. But David always made them. He didn't shy away, and he made them honestly and with compassion. And that was really extraordinary. And it made me understand that he had sort of this triple threat of leadership: the vision and the hardcore analytical skills and the compassion to balance all of the needs of all the different constituents in that company. When I look around this room, I see similar kind of leaders here, where leaders are made, and I can see it every week in our evaluations, the kind of selflessness and honesty and compassion that everyone provides to each other. So I know that you can relate to that kind of leadership. And I think that that is why we elect people into government. We can think about very specific issues, and you can learn about David's views on those things on his website. He has like a huge 29,000 point plan for anything you might care about. But we never know what's going to happen. And I think that we elect leaders to make good decisions for us. And the best way to do that is to know that we're electing good decision makers. Decision makers who listen, who evaluate, and who value the people that they're making decisions for. And I think David's that kind of leader. So if you're looking for someone to listen to San Franciscans, David is your candidate. If you're looking for someone who's going to seek out all of the data and analyze it and make a good decision, David is your candidate. And if you're looking for someone who is going to create consensus, bring people together, and actually do something, David is your candidate. And I invite all of you to first tell all of your friends that by the power of Kevin Bacon, you're like, almost know David Chiu, and he's awesome. And then if you are a San Francisco voter, please consider voting for David Chiu as your first choice for mayor on November 8th, next Tuesday. Thank you.
Wonderful. Please just take a minute.